From Bastille, it's Chris Wood, a.k.a. Woody. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, sir. Thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. Is it okay to call you Woody? Because I know you go by that generally on your Twitter feed and things, but I don't want to be over familiar.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I've been called Woody since I was about in year 4, so it's all good.
It's more weird if I call you Chris then at that point. Congratulations on the new album and the single, which we'll hear in just a moment. You guys got together in Bastille back in 2010, so 12 years ago now. Does it feel like it's gone that fast?
Yeah, I mean, that's gone by in a blink. If I'm really honest, it's kind of terrifying when I think about it. But for any band to kind of get picked up by a record label and even get one album out is like quite an incredible achievement. So to be on album number 4 now is just utterly surreal. But yeah, we're very grateful that people still care.
Because you weren't publishing, you'd only done a couple of things, hadn't you, that you'd put out yourself before you got your record deal, which is about 10 years ago, I think, isn't it? 2012. So that must have seemed like the angels singing and the moment when it came around so quickly after forming.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I've been playing with Dan for just over 2.5 years, kind of leading up to that. So we did a lot of the sort of groundwork leading up to it. So yeah, what would appear like an overnight thing to other people probably felt like a bit of a slog for us just to get there.
Because Dan sort of was at the centre of it, Dan Smith, who's the lead vocalist, as people will know. Did he bring all of you together, Kyle on keyboards and Will, who's your bassist and guitarist? Did he sort of select who he was working with? You said you were doing a bit of work with him already, so you'd obviously got a connection.
So I met Dan because I was broke and I was out flying houses for drum lessons, and he lived about three roads away from me, and then rang me up after a drummer thinking I was going to offer him a student, but then I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm 22. I'll be in your band." And then we just kind of we played together for 2.5 years, and we were kind of like Spinal Tap, except with drummers. It was our bass players that kept exploding. So Will was the last one that survived.
So you got through more than you expected
Kyle,
at that stage.
We did, yeah. And then Kyle was basically the only guy at a house party that said yes to come into band practice. And here he is.
Well, there you are. You put the work in and look how things can evolve. So, I mean, Pompeii, I think, is the moment where most people will remember hearing you on the radio, I think, perhaps, unless they were sort of fans already, but where the mainstream success started happening. How hard was that? I know it's kind of in the record company's domain and the pluggers and that kind of thing, but you'll have done a lot of interviews like this with random anonymous people on local radio and national radio, I'm sure, trying to get it out there. Was it hard to get it noticed, or was it one of those ones that just exploded and suddenly you're aware of it when you're in a cafe or in the pub on the jukebox or whatever? Did it hit you like that?
It was funny because we were from when we were signed under the old EMI as it was, and they had this kind of culture of trying to nurture. So they kind of gave us 3 sort of soft release singles, and we could gradually build it up. So by the time Pompeii hit, we were kind of already up and running a little bit.
Oh, that's just
but yeah, they definitely weren't afraid of working as hard. A million interviews.
As you are doing now with a new album, Give Me the Future, out on Friday, and we're going to play the new single Shut Off the Lights. 2 dates in our bit of the world, Woody. One at the Brook in Southampton on Sunday the 13th of February. Very, very small venue comparatively compared to some of the ones you've been playing at, I'm sure. And then next month, March 31st, at the BIC in Bournemouth. Big, massive, huge venues.
Yeah.
Interesting that you've got such a variation going on, because surely you could be playing the big ones all the time now. The Brook's got a great reputation, of course, in Southampton, which helps. But are you trying to play a range of venues, or is it more luck?
Well, I actually played at the Brook when I was, probably 19 or something with a covers band, way before even Bastille. So yeah, I remember it. But yeah, so doing these kind of smaller shows, this is all about the album, and basically everyone who comes to the show with your ticket, you get a copy of the album. So we're just trying to push it really hard.
Oh, amazing!
So hence why we're doing these kind of intimate, quite stripped back shows as well.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. So, I mean, is that part of a strategy beyond just getting the music out there? There's so much debate, and I say to every artist who comes on about streaming and how that's changed music, and how a lot of artists feel they don't really get a lot out of streaming, even if they've had some major hits like you have. Or is it literally just, we love this, and if you've come to see us, we might as well share it with you?
Well, some of the guys are a little more hesitant about kind of plugging stuff, but I'm utterly shameless. So basically, physical sales, they help our chart position immeasurably more than any streams do. So if anyone's listening, please go and buy our album. I'll love you forever. and it'll help us out immensely.
Analog, well, it's not quite analog, but the streaming world, it doesn't work for everyone. It's a big debate. We were talking about Neil Young and Spotify last week. Woody, you have had a cameo in one of the biggest television shows of all time. I discovered when Googling you ahead of this interview, so I must have seen you without realising it, as a White Walker in Game of Thrones, essentially an ice zombie in the employ of the Night King in that popular television programme. How did that happen, and was it cool or actually quite hard work?
Oh no, it was really fun for us just because we got to get this like ridiculous kind of obviously cinema grade makeup put on. So I think like Dan had a massive great like axe wound on his face and stuff, and just pouring blood. But no, we played in Belfast, and they film a lot of that stuff on the outskirts of Belfast, and just their production crew came to our gig. So we, after a couple of drinks, very unshamelessly were like, well, if you need any extras for the upcoming series, we'll happily come back.
Fantastic. And they put you in as, if you're going to be anything, I mean, you could be a soldier who like gets run through in one of the awesomely gory battle scenes that they have in Game of Thrones, but to actually be a zombie, a White Walker, I mean, how many pictures did you get for your various profile pictures on social media? Have you dressed up like
loads,
that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was that, and also I started posing shamelessly on the Iron Throne as well. A bunch of nerds.
As you would, in fairness, as you would. Well, look, good luck with yeah, absolutely. Why not take that opportunity? Sunday, February the 13th at the Brook in Southampton, BIC Bournemouth, Thursday, March the 31st. Is it all gigs where you'll get the CD as well, Woody, or just the selected ones, the small ones?
No, just the ones in February. It's kind of these outdoor tours. So yeah, they're all kind of partnered with local record shops as well. So you're also helping the local record shop.
That's a really good idea. Well, look, don't miss that opportunity then in Southampton on February the 13th. Woody, Chris Wood, as I now feel empowered to call him, we're going to play Shut Off the Lights from the new album. Thank you for coming on BBC Radio Solent.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day.